One desperate courtroom plea yesterday echoing through Johannesburg's High Court. Tsakane Matlala begs for a fighting chance, shackled by Supermax isolation no businessman should endure. With 25 charges hanging over him, is this justice or a system designed to break him before trial? This could redefine fair play in Mzansi's courts. Welcome back to Mzansi PoliScope, your source for unfiltered political and legal deep dives. If these breakdowns keep you informed, subscribe now and hit the bell. Don't miss how this unfolds. Picture this: February 12, 2026, Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg, tension thick as fog. Vusimuzi Tsakane Matlala steps up with 4 co-accused: his wife Tsakane Matlala, Musa Kekana, Tiego Mabusela, and Ntabiseng Nzama. The charges? A staggering 25 counts, packing 11 attempted murders from 3 botched assassination attempts spanning 2022 to 2024. Court swiftly postpones to February 26 for critical pre-trial steps, but that's not the headline. Enter the raw plea. Advocate Annelene Heever, Matlala's counsel, lays it bare. His controversial December 2025 transfer to eBongweni Supermax in Kokstad, South Africa's lone super-maximum fortress, has strangled his defense. No face-to-face lawyer huddles, virtual links, spotty, unreliable, across 1,500 brutal kilometers. She begs the judge outright, yank him back to Gauteng's Kgosi Mampuru prison for real access. Prosecutors push back hard, security risks too dire, they insist. The ruling cuts through. Consultations approved for February 16 and 17 at Kgosi Mampuru. Obstruction-free rooms, laptops supplied. No green light on full bail reapplication yet, but this desperate begging moment cracks the door. Timeline squeezes tighter. DCS must deliver or appeals loom. From October 2025 bail denials to January transfer fights, this saga's rhythm pulses with urgency. Matlala's not just fighting charges, he's clawing for the basics of justice in a system that shipped him south. High Court watches, nation waits. Now, let's cut to the bone of this courtroom drama. This isn't a mere scheduling hiccup. It's a full-throated constitutional collision. Section 35 of South Africa's Bill of Rights promises every accused, rich or poor, the right to a fair trial, including effective legal representation. But eBongweni Supermax, that's a fortress of isolation, 23-hour lockdowns, sensory deprivation cells, and lawyer access rarer than a politician's apology. Matlala's team isn't whispering, they're shouting that this December 2025 transfer, 1,500 kilometers south to Kokstad, amounts to sabotage. How do you dissect 25 complex charges without huddling in person? Virtual calls glitch out, notes get censored, trust erodes. Advocate Heever didn't mince words. It's a denial of justice, plain and predatory. Rewind the tape for context. Bail bids crushed since October 2025. High Court called him a flight risk despite house arrest offers. January 2026, lawyers petitioned over the eBongweni dump, citing inhumane conditions, echoing state capture-era vendettas. Prosecutors? Unmoved. They frame Matlala as the linchpin of violence, 120,000 rand plus laundered through fraud schemes to fund hits on rivals like Tebogo Tobejane in 2022, another in 2023, a third in 2024. 11 attempted murder counts alone scream kingpin. Co-accused Tsakane Matlala, she's out on bail, prepping freely. Musa Kekana, Tiego Mabusela, Ntabiseng Nzama, same docket, different fates. Why the double standard? NPA insists Matlala's the puppet master, a threat to witnesses and society. Security trumps all, they say. But does it? Flip the script to supporters' fire. He's no criminal, he's a target. Business success in construction and tenders breeds enemies, they argue. Cartel turf wars in Gauteng's underbelly paint Matlala as framed collateral in rival hits gone wrong. His lawyer spotlighted his eagerness, ready to prove innocence, offering estates for monitoring. Echoes of Zondo Commission ghosts, politically connected figures shipped to Supermax without trial. Critics amplify. Repeated bail denials form a pattern. DCS, Department of Correctional Services, wields transfers like weapons, allegedly to mute defenses in high-stakes probes. NPA's muscle flex, protecting public safety or burying inconvenient truths. eBongweni's rap sheet bolsters the case. Built for apartheid-era untouchables, now stuffed with ANC-linked probes from Mark mini-files to VBS fallout. Transfers like this don't just delay trials, they break spirits. Drill further. This saga spotlights DCS-NPA friction. Correctional Services cites intelligence for the move. No public proof, just whispers. NPA leaks paint Matlala in cartel crosshairs, yet evidence trails drag. Ethical rot? If a tycoon like Cat fights for basics, what hope for the township kid? Politically, it simmers. Gauteng courts strained by corruption dockets. Public trust at Zuma lows. Delays breed cynicism. Trial pushed from 2025, now limbo. Supporters chant persecution. Detractors yell protection. Tension coils. February 16 consultations test if judges enforce rulings or DCS stalwarts. Lose here and Supermax becomes default for the connected. Win, a blueprint for accountability. Bottom line, Matlala's beg isn't desperation, it's a mirror to Mzansi's justice machine. Protection or punishment. The scales tip on access, but the weight? Public faith in a system too often bent by power. Fast forward, the next 48 hours are pivotal. February 16 and 17 consultations at Kgosi Mampuru. Judge-mandated rooms, laptops, no DCS interference. If they click, Matlala's team reloads for a bail blitz by the February 26 pre-trial. House arrest redux, electronic tagging on his estate, viable now with Gauteng excess. Success hands him momentum, strategy sharpens, witnesses prepped, 25 charges dissected. But if DCS drags, faulty laptops, security excuses, appeals cascade to Constitutional Court, stalling trial into April or beyond. Matlala loses ground, isolation festers, memory fades, co-accused like Tsakane pull ahead on bail. His wife preps freely, he rots in Kokstad limbo. Unequal justice glares. Zoom out, winners and losers sharpen. Matlala gains mobility, credibility, proves eager innocence against NPA's kingpin portrait. DCS and NPA, forced accountability if courts enforce. Stonewall and they risk contempt, exposing overreach. Co-accused Musa Kekana, Tiego Mabusela, Ntabiseng Nzama. Watch closely. Their pre-trial sync hinges on Cat's excess. Broader, 120,000 rand laundering trails, 11 attempted murders. Convictions could jail a network, freeze assets, deter Gauteng cartels. Acquittal, blow to NPA's high-profile hunts post-Zuma. Why should Mzansi care now? This isn't one-man's saga, it's a stress test for justice's core. Section 35 rights for tycoons today mean township defenders tomorrow. Supermax as default, green lights state capture 2.0. Ship, silence, convict. Courts clamping down, restores faith in a system battered by VBS and state-captured distrust. Public purse bleeds on delays, taxpayer-funded shuttles south. Politically, Gauteng ANC factions eye, Matlala's tenders touched nerves. One beg could force prison reform or widen cracks. In 2026's tense air, Trump's America watches our courts too. Fair play isn't optional, it's survival. Who blinks first? Ultimately, Cat Matlala's plea spotlights the fault line. Does justice serve the accused or just the state? Incompetence in the system or calculated containment? Tell me in the comments, is Supermax protection or punishment? Engage below, share views. Mzansi PoliScope thrives on your debate. Truth demands it. Thanks for watching.